Shalom, shalom. HALALYAM, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, BAHASHAM, QADASH. Double honors to the elders and apostles who get MILLSTONE, teach them well. Peace and salutations be to hopeful elect. Brother Tazam Kabar coming at you from the province in Babylon camp here in Tampa, Florida. We're going to be getting on this quick hit going into Ice Cube. Alright? Because the whole thing that's been going on recently is Kanye has been coming out with interviews. He's been interviewing him about what he thinks about the Jews, and this happened before, and they shut him up, and now he's yapping about it again, and now he's getting a lot of backlash for it, man. And pretty much he's been persecuted for trying to explain the truth, which the 12 tribes of Israel is really so-called blacks, natives, and Latinos, man. So, well, he's getting persecuted. He listed Ice Cube was there as well. Ice Cube knows about it, but this was Ice Cube's response. Because Ice Cube did know about it, and he used to say things about it, and now all of a sudden he's quiet. All of a sudden he doesn't talk about it anymore. Why? Because they shut the guy up, man. They made him do a public apology for what he was talking about, and now he's in the mode like it never even happened, man. This is let me grab this real quick. Actually, I'll grab this scripture after. Let me go grab what this Drink Champs is like a show, and they pulled Kanye West. They put Kanye West on the show, talk about his offensive comments, so-called. There was a post that came out, so a black man could be Muslim, he can be, Buddhism, Judaism, whatever, but when it comes to being a Jew, he gets utmost persecuted, So, and this is what's happening. You got the Israelites waking up, and these celebrities are starting to snap back. Kanye, for example, he's one of the most rebellious. He's one of the most rebellious celebrities that they have, and you had some that rebelled, like Nick Cannon, Ice Cube, Kodak. The one dude that played off of Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief. I forget his name, man, but he was the Seder dude. The Jake with the dreads and the ponytail. You had him. You had plenty of people, man. Colin Kaepernick. He kneeled on the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag, because these guys are so-called waking up, and they're realizing the disrespect and the pain and persecution that people have been through this entire time, and now they're speaking up against it. So, without further ado, this is Twitter, and this is Ice Cube's account. This was his last tweet. It says, "I hate that my name was dragged into this drunk champs bullshit. I don't know what Ye meant by his statements. You're going to have to ask him. I didn't put the batteries in his back. Please leave my name out of all the anti-Semitic talk. I'm not anti-Semitic and never have been." Okay, and that was spoken of like a true slave, like a true mind-controlled slave, man. All right, so now he's claiming that he never have been anti-Semitic, or which is true, because he is of Shem, but his problem is that he's not suffering, for the knowledge that he has about the truth of his people. So that he's really not a defender of his people or a defender of the gospel, however you're going to slice it. But this was some past things that he said. Like in 2020, it says he posted a post. He posted a post saying, Hebrew Israelite slaves in ancient Egypt. Clearly they are a black people. He posted that in 2020. He also posted another one that says, F the new normal until they fix the old normal. And it was like a Monopoly board with a bunch of jakes underneath the Monopoly board and a bunch of old Edomites, the elites, that's playing the Monopoly game. While the Monopoly board is sitting on top of the backs of jakes. It says, all we have to do is stand up and their little game is over. Okay, so this is what Ice Cube was posting 2 years ago. All right, well, now you have it 2 years later, after they shut him up. His new comment. His new comment says, I hate that my name was dragged into this drunk champ's bullshit. I don't know what Ye meant by his statement. Spoken of like a true traitor of his people, a true slave, mind-controlled dummy. A sellout. This nigga's a sellout. You're gonna have to ask him. I didn't put the batteries in his back. Please leave my name out of all the anti-Semitic talk. I'm not anti-Semitic and never have been. So he doesn't want his name to be mentioned when it comes to talking about the truth. So we have a few scriptures about that. It's the book of Matthew, chapter 10 and verse 32. Whosoever therefore shall confess me before men, him will I confess also before my Father which is in heaven. What does that mean? The Lord is going to plead for you when it's time for judgment. The Lord is going to intervene. YAHAWASHI is going to inquire for mercy for you if you aren't afraid to confess him before men. Okay? But it says, verse 33, but whosoever shall deny me before men, which is what Ice Cube just did, him will I also deny before my Father which is in heaven. And all it took was a bank account freeze or whatever it may have been. Look what they're doing to Kanye. They froze his bank account. They kicked him out of that bank that he had, man. They said Adidas said that we ain't gonna be able to. I believe it was Adidas or whoever was running Adidas said they wasn't going to contain Yeezys anymore. The Yeezys, the whole collection of Yeezys it was about to be thrown out, and you're gonna have to, deal with somebody else according to that in a different bank. But whosoever shall deny me before men, him will I also deny before my Father which is in heaven. So that means you're gonna get destroyed when the fire comes. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And look at what happened with Kanye and Kim Kardashian. They split because of what? Kanye started saying some crazy shit, which to the world seemed like crazy shit, but he started actually speaking facts, and he was, waking up and trying to tell his people what was actually going on. And they told, we already know that they told Kim to leave him, go get somebody else if she wants her career to be continued. And, she had to. She wanted to continue her career because Kanye is going up against the system. And what can separate a family? What can separate a man from his wife and his children? This truth, man. So Kanye's trying to speak. Some of the things he's saying ain't all the way there, but a lot of the things he's saying makes perfect sense, and it's actually true according to the scriptures. As concerning the Jews, the Israelites, who the Lord came for, who he died for, a lot of those things are, he's saying is true. That's why they're persecuting him so hard. And they're quick to defend the Jews, so-called Jews, because those aren't the real Jews, man. Let me grab this. Say, this is the book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews, and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee. So what? They're lying and saying that they are the Jews, which the Jews is just that's just one tribe of Israel. That's not all of Israel. The Jews is short for Judah. You know, what happened to Levi? What happened to Simeon? What happened to Ephraim, Manasseh? You know, Issachar. What happened to all these other tribes? There's 11 other tribes that they're leaving out, you know, which are also the chosen of the Lord YAHAWASHI. You'll have some people say every now and then, I'm from the tribe of Levi, you know, and they don't even say it the right way. You know, these people are fraud. They're fraudulent, man. They're not the true Israelites. As the scripture also goes into, 2/3 of our people say they are Israelites, but they really aren't. They're full of false prophets, full of lies. Make clean the outside of their garments, or make clean the outside of the vessel, but the inside is full of wickedness. You know, these are 2/3 of our people say they're in the truth, but they're really doing everything according to the world. There's, I believe, I'm not going to say any names because I can't say specifically, but it was one of these false camps, one of these wicked ass camps that was talking about smoking weed and, you know, getting women on the Passover. That was like a big ass nigga party. That was supposed to be a Passover. It was supposed to be a solemn assembly. It was a big ass niglet party, man. You know, and the guy was interviewing the niglet party, and, you know, they was blowing smoke on the camera. He had on all these heavy ass chains, and it was just a bunch of niggatry, man. You know, the Lord ain't dealing with that. You claim to be an Israelite, but you ain't doing Israelite things. Oh, 444 mercy, call YAHAWASHI. All praises, man. You know, let me grab this. In the book of Matthew, chapter 13. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 13, and verse 20. I'll start. It says, "But he that received the seed into stony places, the same is he that heareth the word, and anon with joy receiveth it. Yet hath he not root in himself." So Ice Cube didn't have root in himself. "But dureth for a while. For when tribulation or persecution ariseth because of the word, by and by he is offended." Okay, so what happened to Ice Cube? What happened to Ice Cube? He was offended by and by because he was being persecuted for the word, for actually saying the truth, which he knows is the truth. To this day, he knows it, but it's just that he can't teach it. You know, if he wants his position and his status in the world, man. Verse 22, "He also that receives seed among the thorns is he that heareth the word, and the care of this world and the deceitfulness of riches choke the word, and he becometh unfruitful." Okay, so he becometh unfruitful. It's the same thing as with these celebrities, man. A lot of these celebrities know about the truth, you know, but the cares of this world has choked the word, you know, so they can't be fruitful because they care too much of the world, and it got choked out. The word got choked out, so it's like they want to speak the word, but it got choked out of them. You know, now they just disregard it. There was this one guy on Instagram, Big Primetime. He does the videos with all the tackling and stuff. He came into the truth. I remember just like it was yesterday, he came into the truth. I think it was around 2018. He came into the truth. And he had hundreds of thousands of followers, man. Thousands upon thousands of followers. And he began posting about the truth. He changed up his posts. He started changing his posts. He changed his profile picture. He changed his bio. And he was all about the truth, man. And he began posting about it. And guess what? He started getting persecuted in his comments. I believe Instagram began threatening him, man. And all this, all these things that started happening to him. But his followers didn't like it. But he started losing a lot of followers, because he was bringing out the truth, and the world didn't like that. The world wanted him to just tackle, wanted him to just tackle people in random places and make everybody laugh. Just stick to that, you know. But he decided to stand up and speak the truth, and the world hated him for it. And guess what? He couldn't take it, ran right back into the world. And, you know, looking on his page the other day, I just checked out his page because he posted a tackling video. You know, it's like he went vacant for a while, and then now he comes back, and there's no truth on his page. It's just tackling videos. There's no truth in his bio, his profile picture. Everything is went back to as if he was like he'd never been in the truth in the first place. You know, let me grab this. This is the book of John, chapter 15, verse 18. If the world hate you, ye know that it hated me first. So like, if the world hate you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. Okay, so it hated the world hated Yahawashi Mashiach. You know, yet they continue to preach about Jesus and Caesar Borgia and the Messiah. They continue to preach about this, but they were the ones who put him to death. You know, which JC is supposed to represent Yahawashi. You know, but they made it to be an idol. They put Yahawashi Mashiach to death. What did you think they put him to death for? Because he was out there teaching about love and unity and peace. No, he was cutting people up. He was teaching the truth. You know, because the world was full of lies, and the Lord was out there telling the truth. You know, it says, if you are of the world will love his own. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you. And who you think this is going for? This goes for the servants of the Lord, YAHAWASHI. Scripture talks about, if any man want come after me, let him take up his cross and bear his cross daily, and then he may be my disciple, man. But if you can't bear your cross daily, you're not worthy to be the Lord's disciple. I mean, you can't suffer that persecution for the Lord. You can't be the Lord's disciple. You know. But all these things they do unto you for my name's sake, because they know not him that sent me. You know, so you get persecuted in this truth because they're persecuting Yahawashi Mashiach spiritually, man. You know, it's not you, it's Yahawashi Mashiach they're persecuting. That's why these guys can flip a switch and go back into the world, and all their followers start coming back, and you know, their friends start coming back and shit. And hey, man, she was in a dark place for a while, man. Really, you were in a light place. You're in the place of light. This world is full of darkness, you know. And once you start going into the light, the darkness starts to flee away from you. Let me grab this. The condemnation that has come into the world. Because this world is in darkness and they don't want to see light. They hate the light. The scriptures say they love the darkness. Give me 1 second. So this is the book of John, St. John, chapter 3, verse 19. And this is the condemnation, that light is come into the world, and men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil. Okay, so you have to stick to evil if you want to be reputed in this world as a great man, or, you know, a man. Look at Kanye. They're telling this man, they're making this man seem like he's crazy. You know, he was doing an interview with a guy who was like, did you take your meds this morning? You know, I took my meds this morning. I made sure I'm good. How are you doing mentally? Are you off the drugs? You know, and they're saying these things because what? They are told to. They are told to humiliate this man, you know, and persecute this man to the utmost power that they can until he snaps back into it, until that MK Ultra mind control, man. But you know, he's still going with it. So something may happen to this guy. You never know what may happen to this guy. It's just, he explained it before. Last time he tried to do this, they put him in a hospital and was putting him on these meds, forcing these meds on him, and it was making him feel like he was going insane. And it was pretty much, they were tormenting this guy. You know, now he's back out and pretty much told him that he was better, but he's back to what he was saying before. You know, so I believe they may try to do something with this man. They may try to get rid of him, whatever, man. This is the book of Osalakia. Verse 20 says, for everyone that doeth evil hateth the light, neither cometh to the light. Okay, so these people, they hate the light because they do evil. And they love evil. They love darkness. So when you bring light to the dark, they're going to run away from you. That's why the scripture says, blessed are ye when men shall separate you from their company. You know, because these men are in darkness. That means you're in the light. If men begin separating you from their company, that's because you're in the light and they're in the darkness. You know, lest his deeds should be reproved. All right, but he that doeth truth cometh to the light, that his deeds may be made manifest, that they are wrought in YAHAWASHI. So he begins to build up works for the Lord YAHAWASHI. You know, he begins to do the will of the Lord YAHAWASHI, and people hate that. You think that they crucified Yahawashi Mashiach for no reason? No, they crucified Yahawashi Mashiach for the things that he was saying. And when you start saying things in like manner, they're gonna crucify you too. And this is what happened. This is what's happening to Kanye. He's being crucified. He's being crucified. How do you put it? I'm gonna just say he's being crucified through media, through television, through the news. You know, he's basically been crucified through his reputation. It's his reputation that's getting crucified. You know, eventually they may end up cutting this man loose and saying, oh, he ran off a highway, or, you know, this or that. But as of now, they're spiritually crucifying him, man. You know, eventually he's going to get, you know, he's going to get what he's got coming for him. But it's like, hey, are you going to fold? This man may end up folding before they even get to that point, because he's a valuable asset to this world, to where he has a huge influence on a lot of minds. You know, that's why he's getting persecuted to the length that he is now, because he has a very big influence. So people are, and even that's why he said he has no celebrity friends, because the celebrity friends, they ain't gonna be around Kanye if they want to keep their position in this world. You know, and especially look at Ice Cube. Look what Ice Cube said. He had like the things he said 2 years ago never happened. You know, so. That being said, man, I'm going to close out with this. I truly hope this lesson was edifying to you. Akim and Agwa, to listen in truth and sincerity. Until next time, I want to give all glory, honor, and praises unto Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. Shalom.